You only get one chance to make a good first impression. Don't squander the opportunity. Let's get into it. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all. I guess everybody was out there having fun, all booed up and cuddled up and stuff, while everybody else out here just struggling in this damn day. What up, y'all? Excuse me. What up, y'all? Let me stop playing. What up, y'all? I'm Christopher Markland, and welcome to my review/analysis of Season 10, Episode 2 of Ready to Love. I do hope everybody is having a good Valentine's Day/weekend, and I'm hoping y'all are booed up, because, as always, I love love. Might not have it for myself, but I damn sure want it for y'all. As usual, with my reviews, I don't really go, step for step and scene for scene, line for line in the show, but instead I use the situations and the people, and we're going to talk about the people on the show too, but more the scenarios when it comes to dating, relationships, love, all that good stuff.
I've been told by some men that I'm intimidating, but I don't think men should be intimidated by a beautiful girl. I think they should be, motivated by that.
Whenever I hear a woman say that men are intimidated by her, 9 times out of 10, she's just saying that to cover up whatever character flaw she has. It's usually a bad personality trait that she has, and when she repels men with that bad character trait or that personality flaw, instead of looking inward and saying, hey, you know what, maybe there's something wrong with me, instead what she tends to do sometimes is say, well, men are just intimidated by me because insert reason here. 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. However, that's what they tell themselves so they can sleep well at night, by saying men are intimidated by them. Garbage. Yo, I am a huge Marvel fan, right? And I'm not just talking about the movie. I'm going to go all the way back to the comics. And with the release they just dropped the new Captain America movie. And so we're going to kind of use that and the whole Infinity, all of that good stuff. But I'm going to talk about, throughout this entire video, I'm going to talk about what I call the energy stones, right? Men's energy stones, to be specific. Now, a man has his thing, all right? It could be any number of things that he uses to attract a woman. Some dudes use money, some dudes use power, some dudes use charisma, all of that good stuff. So when I hear a woman say that, a man is intimidated, I think about, well, not really, because if a man knows his strength, knows his thing, and he uses that thing to his advantage, or he's confident in his thing, then there is no intimidation that can happen.
I've been to 5 continents, 30 plus countries, and I had a lot of fun out there, but it was surface level. I'm looking for something deeper now.
All dudes have their thing. Now, for some, it may be their body. For others, it may be their job. But for Fritz, it's definitely money. That's his thing. And he's kind of mastered the humble brag, where he's been, what he's done, what he's seen, the balconies, and all that other stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know Fritz. I don't know any of these people. I'm just this dude behind the mic commenting on a show that I saw. But one thing I do know in my experience and the dudes that I've been around, and, just the people I've encountered, the kind of dudes that use money as their thing are usually some of the lamest dudes out there. They were lames back in high school and college. Then they got out, got a good job, did their thing, and have, built their wealth. And don't get it twisted. I'm happy for them. I love to see, especially black men, winning. However, a lot of times it's been my experience that the dudes that do the humble brag and talk about money or what they got or what they're driving or how much the watch costs and, all of that stuff, usually they were lame back then, and now they're just lame dudes with money.
I'm not one of those pseudo alpha males that rush sex. Now, when we get married, we're going to be in balconies all around the world having sex. Why would I say that?
Yeah, why would you say that? That's a good question, right? Now, by saying that he's not a pseudo alpha male, what he's implying is that he is an alpha male. I've said it before and I stand by it. If you have to say that you are a king or you're an alpha male, then 9 times out of 10, that's not, I don't know, you're trying to convince yourself, because if you are those things, you don't have to say it. If you are those things, you don't have to imply it. What's understood doesn't need to be spoken, doesn't need to be implied, doesn't need to be hinted at. When you step in a room, people know, yo, that's an alpha. People feel that energy. You don't have to say it. You don't have to bring it up. You don't have to do any of those things. And the kind of dudes that are those types of men, they don't ever say it anyway. They just walk in that energy because that's who they are.
I think I look good today. What y'all think, y'all? Hi.
Hey, what's going on? Wow.
Wow, indeed. Boy, there is something about a bubbly, energetic woman that just, when she walks in a room, she just lights up the room and just gets everybody's attention. There is just something about it. You know, it's something you can't fake that kind of energy. And don't get me wrong, she is physically attractive, and that does help, you know, turn heads. However, it's that personality. She leads with the personality. It seems to be natural. She doesn't seem to be faking it. I mean, obviously, we don't know these people, so all we see is what they present. But from what I'm seeing, her energy, her personality, yeah, I like that.
Work did get in the way of my dating life because I was a professional student. And when I'm in school, I'm like in the zone.
We heard this quite a few times in this episode, which is, you know, people are too busy with work. And in some cases, replace the word work with kids. In other words, they have something in their life that takes up, consumes a lot of their time, a lot of their energy, and a lot of their attention. Dating is already difficult enough, and when you have kids, or you have a busy job, or just a busy lifestyle in general, it is difficult to find time, to cut out time in order to date, and even more so develop go through the different steps of dating. You know, you get serious and all that other stuff. So if it's already difficult to find time to date because of your job, because of kids, and we're going to put kids on a different level, even though it still counts. But if your job takes up more time than allows you to date, then you're going to be dating your job, and that's going to be a pretty lonely life.
I got over my last relationship by just constantly just working on myself. I locked down on praying more. I locked down on my physical appearance.
One of the best motivators in life is the ending of a relationship, be it you breaking up or divorce, whatever it may be. You tend to, once you get out of that relationship, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find something else to devote your attention to. You may go back to something that you were doing before you got in, like in my case, I mean, writing and, you know, doing my reviews, that kind of thing. You get back into doing the things that you're passionate about. In Cisco's case, he started hitting the gym, bodybuilding, and for whatever reason can't keep a damn shirt on. But anyway, you know, for other people, it may be going back to school, it may be traveling, whatever you use as your distraction. Once you get out of the relationship, once you go through the stages of grief, and, you know, I'm going to keep talking about it throughout this episode, as I always do, therapy. Once you do all of those things and get back and, you know, out of that relationship, then that's what you're going to do. Now, that kind of goes back to what we were just, the other point I just made, which is, once you're doing your thing, you don't have enough time to get back into dating.
If I take my shirt off, because it's a little hot out here.
Go ahead, do what you gotta do. Mm-hmm. Well, hello.
Okay.
While Cisco and his shirt are beefing like Kendrick and Drake, we can definitely see what his thing is, and that's his body. He's going to make sure that every woman, either at the mixer and damn sure behind the camera watching this, knows that his body is his thing. And don't get me wrong, dude, he put in work. It's obvious. Now, most men who use their body, and by body, it's not just necessarily the muscles like in Cisco's case, but it could be like the height, like in Hassan's case. I think he's 6'7". Or, you know, it could be a dude that's got, like, say, green eyes, or maybe it's a skin tone thing. You know, some dudes are, you know, you got the light skin, and then you got others that are brown skin, and others that are dark skin, you know, chocolate or whatever. So it's like, if a man has a thing that involves his physique, he's going to use it to his advantage.
Is it okay if I step in for a second, brother?
No, do you think? Yeah.
Damn, I love that. That's really nice.
Thank you. You look really nice, too. I like that green on you.
You popped out with that.
So Hassan was attracted to Tay, and he stepped to her, and I like the way he politely moved Khalil out the way. You know, he said, "Hey, bro, let me holler at her." Khalil, you know, man up side, no problem, stepped off. Right now, this goes back to what we were saying as far as being intimidated. When a man knows his thing, whether it's Hassan's height or, Fritz's money, whatever the case may be, they move with that confidence of their thing, and they use that thing in their approach. Fritz was talking about how he's going to spend money, what he's done, what he's seen, whatever. But that's why when I hear, Coley say that, men are intimidated by her, yeah, I just don't think so. I want, ladies, if you're watching this, I want you to think about it. How many dudes that are basically Shrek's younger brother stepping to you confidently because they have a thing and they're going to move towards you and they're attracted to you. You may not be attracted to them, but they're damn sure intimidated, quote unquote, by you. They're going to approach you. In fact, have y'all ever seen this meme or posted it yourself?
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Rose.
And nice to meet you. I'm
Hey.
Hi,
Hi, I'm
Rose.
Rose.
Hussein,
Hi.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You nice looking.
I love your dress,
Thank
girl.
Thank you, baby. You look
Nah,
cute,
nice
too.
dress. Nice.
Now that is how you make an entrance into a room. So we've seen it twice now. And in Rose's case, she stepped in the room with, or not the room, but she stepped into the mixer with confidence. And, there wasn't any shade towards other women. She, she spoke to the other woman. She greeted them. She complimented the men. And you can see right there, even though my man had a very beautiful woman in front of him, he still turned and gave her his full attention even as she walked away, because he was just that captivated. Now, don't get it twisted. She is physically attractive. She got a little body on her anyway. So, of course, that you can't help but see that. But it was also that energy, that personality, that confidence. All of that stuff will lock a man's attention in. And sometimes you just can't even look away, because when you see the whole package, both physically and you see the confidence and all that, oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, what's up, brother? What's up, man? Beautiful people of Philadelphia. Hussein.
So this dude has the rare opportunity for a second chance to make a first impression. And this is how he chooses to come to the mixer. Now, I get it. I mean, I don't know what his wardrobe is like or whatever the case, but if you know that you're looking for love, you're looking for someone, look the part. And I get it. I've been saying it, every man has their thing. Fritz is using money, Cisco and Hassan are using, their physique. So at the very least, every man should have swag, that swagger, that charisma, that confidence, all of that. But Will has none of that. It's unfortunate to see, and it shows in his conversation. It's like, I guess he thinks he has a sense of humor, but it's weird, and some of the things he says are kind of inappropriate or off-putting. And then that laugh is just weird to watch.
Hello. Sahara's back in the house. Now, in the first mixer, I was everybody homie. But this go round, baby, I'm bringing sexy back.
And on the flip side, this is how you take advantage of your second chance to make a first impression. So, compared to Will, you can see that Sahara, she learned from what happened at the first mixer. Even though that was a different crowd, she said, okay, when I went in this way. Now that I'm going to come into the second opportunity, I'm going to move this way. Again, still not necessarily my cup of tea, but hey, I'm not there. She ain't looking for me, so it is what it is. But you can also see that she's getting different results, better results from the men. I think some things about her personality leave a lot to be desired, but we'll talk about that later. But all that matters is she has that chance, she has the opportunity, and she's taking full advantage of it.
And you know what they say? What? Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Deserve.
That advice definitely applies to all aspects of your life, but most definitely when it comes to dating. If you're constantly working on yourself, working on your health, both physically, both mentally, and also, you're working on your job, you're working on your finances, getting your money up, getting your weight up, all those things, you are going to be a better version of yourself, and you're doing it for yourself. You're not working on, trying to do something for somebody else, but you're always staying ready. You're just a good version of yourself, because when you do happen to meet somebody who fits everything, the criteria that you're looking for in a partner or friend, whatever the case may be, you then don't have to get ready. If you meet him, you ain't like, oh shit, let me go buy some clothes. No, you've been working on your wardrobe. You're not wearing the shit you wore back in high school or whatever. No, you look good. All of those things, and they say when you look good, you feel good. So like Tommy said, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
What you do?
I'm a firefighter. And
I love a man in uniform.
Okay.
Okay.
You see how that?
Yeah, Rose kind of cute. But I do want to touch on what she said right there about a man in uniform. There are certain jobs that come with a certain measure of clout or prestige, and it's just based on the uniform itself and what that brings. So it's not necessarily the power that comes with the job, but more just the appearance of the job. It's usually something like, say, a pilot, like we have here, a firefighter, maybe a police officer, a scientist, or let's see, someone who works in finance, something like that, a manager of some kind, or a high level manager, that kind of thing. So that's his job. He leads with it, where it's like, hey, I'm a such and such, and of course, if you're wearing a uniform, then it's obvious, that kind of thing. So when a man has that prestige of his job, he's going to use that to his attention and use that in order to attract women.
This sleeve is dedicated to my brother, and I actually lost him. He took his own life. He was a year old. Yeah, it's a very difficult situation.
Y'all know I preach therapy. I want us all to sit down with a professional and really get control and really understand our mental health. Again, in order to be the best versions of ourselves, but also to be the most healed versions of ourselves. I'll say this, y'all, please check on your strong friends. And the problem with those strong friends is when you call them up, be like, hey, how are you? Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey, my man, what's happening? And you ask them how they're doing, you're going to get that same strong friend response. I'm fine. Everything's good. No, man. Sometimes you don't want to pry, but you also want to be that friend. Be there for them. Reach out to them. If you haven't spoken to somebody, that one friend that's always, the go type person, reach out to them, check on them, shoot them a text. Hey, just think about you. How you doing? That kind of thing. Just reach out to your strong friend. And also keep this in mind as well. While you're being that friend to them, don't take on something that you don't have the capacity to handle yourself. You don't want to become the strong friend by taking on something, taking on their pain, taking on that energy if you're not able to process it and handle it properly, because then that energy transference, now you have that sitting on your spirit, and if you don't handle it well, it's not a good thing. So make sure that, one, yes, check on your strong friends, but only do so if you're able to handle and process whatever they may give you.
I don't think I could be with a woman that talks about her work all the time. Like, I love that you're passionate about what you do, but if you can't separate yourself from your job, then that's a problem.
So this may be a little controversial take, but honestly, dude's right. We do care to a point that you're passionate about your job, about your education, those things. Hell, that's cool. We like that. However, it's not what men are attracted to, and after, to a point, we really don't care.
I choose to be single.
Okay.
I'm a PhD.
Okay, congratulations.
Now, the flip side of this, and you can even call it a double standard. However, for some men, power is their thing. They don't necessarily want it from their woman, but for them, power is how they move. Power is their thing.
I do.
Tied up a lot of time.
Yeah.
You making time for dating and stuff?
I don't have like free time for shenanigans. No.
I get that Shanice is all about her business. However, you got to make time for shenanigans. I'm just saying. Now, you got to have that work-life balance. It can't be all business all the time. She's not an unpretty woman. Not really a fan of that outfit, them gloves. How do you clean? But anyway, so it's like you got to have something other than just work, other than just your business ambitions. Because if that's all you can talk about with the different men that have come and talked to her, then that's not necessarily what men are attracted to.
I saw your energy shift a little bit, and I was like, I cheated in the past, right? Your face changed a little bit, and it's cool.
I mean,
Infidelity versus insecurity. Now, before we even get into all that, first of all, black men don't cheat. Not gonna lie, I like what Cisco did right here in forcing that uncomfortable conversation. He saw her reaction. Obviously, it's a very tough topic, but it's one that has to be addressed. And it's also one that the earlier you address it, the better. In order to get her feelings about, infidelity and cheating or whatnot, but also to get his side out there as far as why he cheated. How old was he? What was the situation? What was the circumstance? I appreciate the fact that he didn't just take her reaction and just was silent with it, but instead was like, hey, I see how you reacted. I know you feel some kind of way. Let's talk about it. I like that.
Curvature of the planet.
It don't curve.
What are you saying, Sarah?
I'm saying that it's flat.
What is flat?
The earth.
Okay, let me say this. I appreciate her standing on her convictions. However, there's some opinions that don't necessarily need to be spoken, or at least need to be spoken right away when you first meet someone within the first couple conversations. It's like, yeah, you might want to feel them out first. In fact, with President's Day being celebrated, it was Abraham Lincoln that said, "It is better to remain silent and thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt."
What's all this, Francisco? I don't know if you're finna whoop my ass or what, dog.
I come in peace.
You come in peace? I hope so.
Well, it's elimination time, and I gotta say, there seems to be, even though we're only 2 episodes in, there seems to be a more deliberate approach on Tommy's part as far as asking questions of the men and the women about who they connected with and who they didn't. Now, he does this every season. He does this every episode in each season. But again, this time it just seems to be a little bit more, the questions that are being asked, the conversations that he's having with them are a little bit more detailed and more specific. And it seems like in the past, it's been a little bit vapid as far as what he's asking of them. So I do appreciate seeing it.
Well, women have decided that you are not ready to love.
Surprise, surprise, Will has been eliminated for the second time. I've never seen anything like it. This is definitely one of Tommy's curveballs, but I'll be honest with you, I am not surprised at this one at all.
Coley, the guys just feel that you are not ready to love.
Now, I honestly was surprised at this, in that Nicole, she was eliminated as well. Now, I will say, the further we got into the show and the more she spoke, the more I understand. But, just from a physical standpoint, the aesthetics, I'm like, I kind of figured she would stay a little bit longer and someone else would be eliminated. Man, Tommy threw another one, and instead of her being eliminated, she initially was like, hey, yeah, no thanks. If y'all don't want me, I'm out. But once he explained the situation to her and the fact that she would get to meet a new group of men, just like what happened with Sahara, and as far as Will meeting a different group of women, she changed her mind and said, you know what, I'm going to stick around. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how that works out. So, of course, they did the previews for not only the next episode, but for the remainder of the season, a couple of things that are going to happen. So, again, I'm looking forward to seeing how things progress. Y'all, thank you for joining me on this review. As always, y'all, please make sure you follow me on my social media, on my Facebook, and also my Instagram pages. If you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, please make sure you do. Also, I am an author. Like I said earlier in this recap, I'm working on book number 4, but books number 3, Desperately Seeking Exclusivity, Desperately Seeking Pleasure, and Desperately Seeking Clarity, are now available. So please pick up a copy and leave a review. Let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think of this review. Let me know what you think of, as far as, Coley getting eliminated. Let me know what you think about Will, all his charisma, him getting eliminated. The fact that old boy can't keep his shirt on. Let me know which couples you see making it to the end, and also who you think is going to be eliminated next. As always, I appreciate y'all joining me. Y'all have a good one.